In this video, we're going to have a look at Microsoft's new Cloud, AI and Security certifications. Hello, I'm Philip Burton of idodata.com. In early March 2026, Microsoft announced a huge change to their certifications. We are saying goodbye to 6 certifications, some of which have been really popular, and hello to 9 certifications. Now, for each of the certifications which are leaving, there is a replacement. So let's have a look at the certifications. So first of all, in data science, we're going to have a new AI 300 certification. This is the Machine Learning Operations, or MLOps, Engineer Associate certification. Microsoft describes it as ideal for professionals who deploy, operationalize, and maintain machine learning and generative AI solutions in production to automate, govern, deploy, monitor, and optimize performance. This also includes optimizing agents using Microsoft Foundry. You will need knowledge of automation, continuous integration and delivery, infrastructure as code, and observability by using tools such as GitHub Actions, Azure CLI, that's Command Line Interface, and Bicep. So the AI 300 beta and training should be available in March 2026, and the exam should go into general availability in May 2026. Now bear in mind there may be some slippage with all of the dates in this video. So retiring is the Azure Data Science Associate DP 100. The last date for that exam and any renewals is the 1st of June 2026. Next, we have a change to AI Fundamentals. So gone is the Azure AI Fundamentals AI 900, and we say hello to the Azure AI Fundamentals AI 901. So it might look like it's a fairly small change, but in fact, I believe that the syllabus has changed quite radically. So under the old AI Fundamentals, you've got Describe Artificial Intelligence Workloads and Considerations, and the fundamental principles of machine learning and features of computer vision workloads, natural language processing, and generative AI workloads. The Microsoft training is expected in March 2026, the exam beta in April 2026, and the general availability of the exam in June 2026. The next exam is to do with AI engineering. So we say goodbye to Azure AI Engineer Associate AI 102. So the AI 102 was about implementing generative AI solutions, an agentic solution, computer vision solutions, natural language processing solutions, and knowledge mining and information extraction solutions. The AI 103 is about planning and managing AI resources in Microsoft Foundry, building generative apps and multi-step reasoning workflows, and developing production-ready agents with multi-agent orchestration capabilities. In other words, you need to implement knowledge connections and tools in your agentic applications. You should be familiar with Python and have some knowledge about using APIs and SDKs to build agents and generative AI solutions on Azure. So the timescale is in line with the previous exam. The retirement date for both the AI 900 and the AI 102 is the 30th of June 2026. So if you've got any of these non-fundamental exams and you've got a renewal coming up, then please do it before these dates. Next, we're looking at the Azure development. So we're saying goodbye to the AZ or AZ204 and hello to the Azure AI Cloud Developer Associate AI 200. So notice we've gone from an AZ or AZ to an AI certification. So with the previous 204 certification, you'd be responsible for participating in all phases of development of web apps, solutions utilizing Azure Storage, Azure Functions, and more. With the AI 200, it's designed for developers who want to validate their ability to build, integrate, and monitor AI solutions on Azure by using containerized compute, vector-enabled databases, event-driven AI pipelines, serverless functions, secret management, and distributed observability. You will know how to implement Azure Compute and containerization patterns to host applications, build serverless APIs with Azure Functions, and integrate services using event-driven and message-based architectures such as Azure Service Bus and Event Grid. You will also be working with Azure Data Services to support AI workloads, including designing and querying solutions for Cosmos DB with NoSQL, Azure Database for PostgreSQL with pgvector, and Azure Managed Redis for caching, streaming, and vector search. The exam beta or beta and the training are expected in April 2026, the general availability of the exam in July 2026, and the retirement of the AZ or AZ204 on the 31st of July 2026. Next, we're looking at security. So we're saying goodbye to the Azure Security Engineer Associate AZ or AZ500 and hello to a more general Cloud and AI Security Engineer Associate SC500, SC standing for Security and Compliance. So the AZ or AZ500 was very Azure-centric. So you'd be monitoring, implementing and managing resources for Azure, multi-cloud and hybrid environments. In the new certification, you would be expanding the security role to include cloud and AI model protection. You would have to prove that you can design and implement secure environments for building and running AI solutions by using current security patterns and controls in enterprise deployments. So we're talking slightly later here. We're talking about the beta or beta being available for the exam in May 2026, but the training and general availability of the exam not expected to be available until July 2026. The AZ or AZ500 exam will be retired on the 31st of July 2026. Now, if you're wondering what all this thing about exam beta or beta is, it means you don't get your results immediately. It also means that if you're one of the first few people to do the exam, you might get a steep discount on the exam price. The final pair that we'll be saying goodbye to are the AZ or AZ800 and 801 and saying hello to the 802 Windows Server Hybrid Administrator. So the difference here is it combines previous hybrid infrastructure tracks to validate skills across Azure and on-premises environments. So the beta or beta of the exam should be available in June 2026, the training and general availability of the exam in August 2026, and the certificate retirement date of the AZ or AZ800 and 801 in September 2026, though that is subject to change. Now, in addition to all this, there are 3 new exams which haven't had any previous equivalent. The SC730 Cybersecurity Business Professional exam validates your ability to recognize security risks, apply secure practices, and make informed business decisions that reduce organizational exposure while enabling productivity and AI adoption. The beta or beta of the exam is expected in April, training in May, and the general availability of the exam in July 2026. The Azure Databricks Data Engineer Associate DP750 covers designing and implementing scalable, secure data pipelines by using Azure Databricks. So it's for data professionals who want to build real-time analytics and AI-ready data foundations in the cloud. The beta or beta of the exam and the training is expected in March, and the exam is expected to go live in May. And then finally, we have an SQL certification, the SQL AI Developer Associate DP800. It validates your ability to integrate AI into modern database solutions with governance and DevOps practices. It's designed for developers who want to build intelligent, AI-augmented database applications. This will be across Microsoft SQL platforms, including SQL Server, Azure SQL, and SQL databases in Microsoft Fabric. It's intended for professionals who build modern data solutions that integrate structured and semi-structured data and incorporate AI features into scalable enterprise applications. So you'll be using things like vector search, embedding, and other AI-driven capabilities. The beta or beta exam and the training is expected in March, and the exam is expected to go live in May 2026. So these are all the new exams which have been announced by Microsoft. So which one are you most interested in? Please let me know in the comments to this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please give it a like. And why not subscribe and click that bell? That way you'll be notified of any new videos, including any updates that we can find out about these new Microsoft certifications. So please let me know which one you are most interested in and whether you have any other comments about the direction that Microsoft is taking with these AI, cloud and security certifications. I'm Philip Burton of idodata.com. Thanks for watching and keep learning.